So I just finished Lee Cronin's The Mummy. With that being said, let's get into it. Okay, first off, holy hell, what was that even? I was not prepared for the level of uneasiness and gore this film brings. The amount of times I felt genuinely uncomfortable, I lost counts. The body horror is straight up grotesque. I don't think I'll ever look at cutting nails the same again. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I mean. The story, if you've seen the trailer, revolves around the mystery of what happened to Katie. And given the title, you already have a general idea of what's going on by the time you see the film. The problem is the film doesn't really offer much beyond that. There aren't many intriguing story beats to latch onto, and it ends up feeling pretty thin once you get past the shock. And believe me, there are plenty of shock factors. There are also a lot of inconsistencies throughout. I kept getting stuck on character motivations and how certain events even happened given what we're shown. Things just don't always line up, but I guess that's to be expected in the supernatural. The ending also doesn't do it any favors. It wraps up in a way that feels more confusing than impactful. And considering how extreme the body horror gets, there are characters who realistically shouldn't still be around by the end, but somehow are, or characters that would need some serious therapy but are now seemingly okay. And that's really the core issue here. The story isn't strong enough, so it leans heavily on the body horror to carry everything. If you're not into that, this is absolutely not going to work for you. And honestly, do yourself a favor and don't eat before watching this film. Another thing that I didn't like about the movie was the inconsistencies with the mummy's power level. In one scene, she's controlling effortlessly, and in another, she can't seem to overpower anyone. It just feels a little inconsistent and all over the place. And yeah, there are more of those moments, characters making dumb decisions just to move the plot forward or surviving things they realistically shouldn't. The movie really pushes your suspension of disbelief and then keeps breaking it. The acting is passable across the board, no real standouts here, but they do keep you engaged enough to keep things moving. And that's not to say that I disliked everything about this movie. Its camera work and its ability to have the characters in a shot from a very distinct angle and perspective was at times a real treat. I like when horror films do this as it adds to the level of uneasiness as well as providing us a fresh perspective without taking anything away from the scene taking place or becoming too distracting. In the end, I've officially lost my appetite, and thanks, Lee Cronin. While this film promises to be a unique take on the mummy, it ends up being a bit of a bland film with much of the tropes that fans of horror will undoubtedly be familiar with. If you're a fan of body horror, you'll no doubt have plenty to chew on in this film, but for me, there just wasn't enough around its main pull to have me coming back for a second or third viewing. So if you've seen Lee Cronin's The Mummy, let me know what your experience was in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you around on the next movie review right here on Film Sense with Brian.